Hello everybody, this is Healthcare Sucks. I want you to watch this carefully. I believe the second attempt, call it this time an attempt, that was foiled by the police on a cathedral. This is a worldwide event now that is taking part. I've checked with several other sources. One of my greatest sources I followed for years is saying the same thing at the end of this video. I want to give him the credit and the shout out for this. But this is Healthcare Sucks. Please watch.
All right. At approximately 7:55 p.m. tonight, an individual pulled up in a minivan on Fifth Avenue, left the car there for some time, walked around the area, but at 17:55 hours, or rather 7:55 p.m., the individual returns to that minivan, takes out two-gallon cans of gasoline, a plastic bag containing 2 bottles of lighter fluid, the type of which you would use to light a charcoal grill or a barbecue, 2 extended lighters, butane lighters controlled by a trigger, and enters St. Patrick's Cathedral. As he enters the cathedral, he's confronted by a cathedral security officer who asks him where he's going, informs him he can't proceed into the cathedral carrying these things. At that point, some gasoline apparently is spilled out onto the floor as he's turned around. The St. Patrick's employee notifies 2 CRC, Critical Response Command, from the Counterterrorism Bureau police officers from our striker team, who are outside, that the individual went south on Fifth Avenue and onto 50th Street. They catch up to the individual who's carrying the gas cans and begin to question him. His answers were inconsistent and evasive, although he remained conversational with them and cooperative. His basic story was that he was cutting through the cathedral to get to Madison Avenue, that his car had run out of gas. We took a look at the vehicle. It was not out of gas, and at that point he was taken into custody and brought to the Midtown North Station House. There was some very good work done here, obviously by the St. Patrick's Cathedral security officer who encountered this man immediately inside, as well as the 2 CRC police officers who tracked him down, engaged him in conversation, questioned him, located the vehicle, and took him into custody. Questions?
Is terror being considered as a possible motive?
It's too early to say that. It's hard to say exactly what his intentions were, but I think the totality of circumstances of an individual walking into an iconic location like St. Patrick's Cathedral, carrying over 4 gallons of gasoline, 2 bottles of lighter fluid, and lighters, is something that we would have great concern over. His story is not consistent, so he is in conversation with detectives right now. I think if you add to that the events in the iconic location of the fire in Notre Dame this week, and all the publicity around that, this is a location where we always have heightened security. That is normal. We've added to that in recent days, and I think this is an indicator of something that would be very suspicious. Not in his initial statements. We're talking to him now, but I wouldn't be able to characterize his statements beyond what he told us in the instant encounter. He is known to police, and we are looking into his background, obviously, talking to a couple of other agencies. This investigation involves the Detective Bureau, it involves the Intelligence Bureau, the Counterterrorism Bureau, and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. That is out of an abundance of caution because we don't know exactly what his mindset was, what his motive was. What we do know that carrying 2 cans of gasoline and the equipment to light that through a public area in a place like St. Patrick's Cathedral is something that presents a danger to the public, and that's why he's in custody.
Were there any parishioners inside that may have been arrested?
There were people inside the church. At the time he entered, the church was open, and again, he was creating a hazard. I'm not going to characterize his statements in that level of detail, and we're still talking to him.
Next question.
Do you know who this individual was caused by the
We're talking to the district attorney's office. At the same time, we're talking to him. At the point that we charge him with a crime, a specific crime, we'll release his identity. All right, thank you very much.
Okay. First question was hard to hear, but it was about terrorism. Follow-up question was something about fire background, involving fire. Third question was basically, do the police know his background, history, etc.? And the last question was about, did he talk? Was he talking about terrorism, etc.? Folks, I think everybody that watches my channel, and I think a lot of people out there are awake that know what this was. It's just the beginning, in my opinion. And I'm just bringing it to you as a Healthcare Plus alert. Please keep your eyes wide open. By the way, one of the other questions was there people in the church at the time this took place? And there was. So, if you're out there and you're able to, and an action like this occurs, and you feel safe enough or brave enough, someday this may fall on you or somebody you know to stop this. But this was a failed attempt at Cathedral number 2. Officially, I believe there's more out there. I will be researching it, and I will let you know if I can tie these two into any others that have gone on. Healthcare sucks, as always. Bringing you an alert from New York. They didn't mention the cathedral's name. I will post it later. Have a great night, and God bless. And as always, love thy neighbor, love thy friends, love thy family. Time's too short to hate. You know? Troy out.